Good morning, creative companions. Welcome. Let's see, I gotta get everything as I like it. Oops, what did I do? Oh, there it is. Let me know you're here. Start as we always do by taking some deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. I've been challenged getting ready, and maybe you were too. So let's just land here now together. Take some deep breaths. Let me know that you're here. I'm going to gather my things. We're going to need our markers today. So I have a basket of markers here, all the colors. Thank you, Catfish, for the markers. I have scissors. I might use scissors today. So if you have scissors, grab them. Look, there it is. It's the F key. I broke the F key off my laptop getting ready for this today. That's hilarious. It's a stimulating challenge to show up for yourself, and that's part of the point of this Creative Companions group. Here, you can keep those. You'll need a blank piece of paper. Deep breath. We're going to be practicing the art of breathing throughout this whole thing today and throughout our 12 weeks of the Artist's Way. If you choose to make that commitment and join us for 12 weeks, we always start with a deep breath in through our nose. Hold it. And a long breath out through our mouth. I mean, you're home on your couch. You can like it out if you need to. Do it again. Maybe you're realizing you need to blow your nose. I'll shut up and do it again. We're not here to create masterpieces. We're here to masterpiece, which is within, which we get to via the breath. You can relieve all your stress. You can heal all your woes simply by being conscious of what you're breathing in and when. So breathing in, I have an opportunity to begin again. Breathing out, I realize we're all one. Breathing in, I have the opportunity to begin again. Breathing out, I experience one love, and that feeling in my heart. You might touch your heart space. I'm just fumbling with my paper and getting it ready. I'm glad so many of you are here already. Let me see the comments. Oh, love you, love you, love you, love you all. Yes, I'm so glad you all are here. So, if you have the book, The Artist's Way, and want to make the commitment to do the 12 weeks with us, bravo. It's doing something really good for yourself. If you just want to show up at the live feeds every week and you don't have the book, that's okay too. You also, for the 12 weeks, need a journal that you can write in every day. And we're going to need blank pages. We're going to need cardboards throughout. But I'll tell you each week what you're going to need. Take a deep breath again, as I don't want to get ahead of myself. So we meditate every time to simply practice the art of being here now and getting used to being here now and checking in with ourselves and our breath and our bodies. So please be comfortable wherever you are. And if throughout this process you find yourself uncomfortable where you are, please move and breathe into that. Also, we're always practicing the art of listening and silencing the censor or that negative self-talk. So our first suggestion always is if that negative self-talk pops up and says something in your voice that is not so nice to you, go back to the breath. Take another deep breath. Just be here now. Feel your feet on the floor. You'll be here more. So let's put our markers down and our pages down for a minute, and I'm going to do a blank page meditation right now Oh, I'm glad you all are here. Rainbow, Aubrey, Magic, heavy hearts. Yes, lots of heavy hearts. Loss is real. Life is bittersweet. We're just here to lift each other up and polish one another's mirrors and help one another shine brighter. I have someone here in my physical presence today. Can I say your name? Yeah. Her name's Wendy, and she's a new bright light friend I found. And she gave me an opportunity to paint last night. And oh man, um, yeah. So for right now, let's just keep breathing deep. I'm going to find this meditation that I wanted to read to you. And so as I read, you're just practicing the art of listening to my voice, to the sounds around you, to the sounds within you. You can close your eyes if you're comfortable doing that, or you can stare at the screen, or you can stare at something you love in the room. But just breathe deeply with me now. We meditate simply to come to the present moment, to be here now, in this room, in this moment, in this body. Breathing in and out, we feel our feet on the floor. Breathing in and out, we consider the blank canvas, our blank sheet of paper that we're going to have here in a moment. There's nothing there. It's a brand new, fresh beginning. Just like this moment, just like every moment, just like every breath is a chance to begin anew. Breathe in a calmer you. Each breath leads you to the next breath, just like each brush stroke or each stroke of the marker leads you to the next stroke. No thinking is necessary now. As we silence the mind and slow the breath, we become more present. Life, like art, happens moment to precious moment. Now, we are relaxing into this moment in the creative process. No need to be nervous. We just came here to have fun. Breathing in and out, we're grateful for this moment and this opportunity to create something brand new, something from only you. The blank canvas is all you. It's your individual new beginning. Consider it a fresh start. Just breathe in and out. Slowing your breath. If your eyes were closed, maybe you open them now and see, here we are. Here we are in this now. Here we are, each alone, autonomous characters, but together. We all get to be here together. We all get to be here together. I'm grateful that we're together in this now, in this room, in this space, in this place, on this planet, in our bodies. Be here with me now. Connect with your heart. You feel it beeping. Hear me, Aubrey? You feel your heart beeping, don't you? That's from Aubrey's childhood, she would say. Mom, I feel my heart beeping. That's right. That's right. That's who you are. You're safe in there. You're safe in there. So just be with your fine self now, and I'll guide you a little as we do this thing. I'm really grateful for all of you and another opportunity to share this creative process. Ooh, I see an 11 comments. If you know me, that's a big deal. So it's my belief and my experience that creating and creation heals. It's my mission to help people uncover the part of themselves so often hidden by self-doubt, society's expectations, trauma, our environment, and to silence the censor, that part of us, and learn to listen to the voice that says, oh, I could do that. Oh, yeah, I could. And I will. And we do the thing. We make the painting. We sing the song. We do the dance. Whatever it is. And we find in doing of the thing, we heal. We feel better. We get into the flow. We get into the flow. It's not the finished product, though. We'll get to that. It's the act of doing the thing that's the thing. It's the act of doing the thing. It's the act of play in the moment with your artist self, letting them express. So today, as we do this marker thing together, as much as possible, just silence of the voice that says anything negative to you. Certainly don't say it out loud. Breathe into it, hear it, and then let it go like a cloud. Don't write it on the page, okay? Just for today. It's always just for today. So take away the need to judge what you're creating on the page. We're not judges, we're not censors. You know? There's nothing wrong with you, by the way. And there's nothing wrong here, by the way. So it's best to just stay in your space and your bodies and your eyes on your own lane. Though we're doing this together, it's your own individual process, like yoga. You know, you do it in the group, but everything that's happening is happening within. It's life, it's art, it's yoga, it's all the same thing, you know? So we're here alone together. So let's begin. Let's address the blank page. And I'm going to guide you a little bit at first. I got to get my markers. I'll be right back. I have my little stash over here of all the colors. All right. So I'm going to guide you a little today where to start. We're going to start with purple if you have a purple marker, and draw the biggest star you can draw on your page, the biggest star you can draw, because we are star people, we are shooting stars, we are the ones that we've been waiting for. So draw yourself a big star on there, as big as you can. I'll show you mine here in a second. My hand's kind of shaky, and this is another reason to take deep breaths, y'all. Just steady you. Steady you. This is why I brought the scissors. So if you have scissors, you could cut your star out right now, or you could do that later. I'm going to do it later. I'm just going to leave it on the page. There's my big giant star. Okay. And in the work, The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, which is the book we will be reading together in these 12 weeks. Where is my book? Tattered and torn. She teaches us to retrain our brains with thoughts we'd like to think, called affirmations. And our basic affirmation that we use is, treating myself as a precious object makes it so. So let's write that on our stars in the most beautiful handwriting that you have. I'll say it again. Treating myself as a precious object makes it so. Pick whatever color you know is. Take your time. Time isn't real. We're just here in the now. You can write this as slow as you want, as fast as you want. You know, we're often rushed through life. The one place we can take our time and be present with ourselves is when we're creating that art, when we're expressing. Treating myself as a precious object. I even like the sound of the pen on the page, the marker on the page. I'm keeping all my letters within that star. You know, yours is yours. You do it how you do. Treating myself as a precious object makes it so. Exclamation point. Now, Julia Cameron also, one of the basic tools that we'll be using in The Artist's Way, she calls the morning pages. And in the morning pages, you're just getting up in the morning and writing words, whatever they are, however they come out. 3 pages of brain drain is suggested. And the idea is you just keep the hand moving. And when you don't know what else to say, maybe you scribble. Whatever, it's your journal. So when I run out of what to do, treating myself as a precious object makes it so, I grab the next color of the rainbow with my markers. So I wrote that with blue, so I'm going to grab green now and do what I do and just keep my hand moving. So I suggest that you just keep your hand moving, and I'm going to grab my Artist's Way book now and talk to you about the intro. Put my markers down for a minute, but you feel free to just keep your hands moving and keep your markers moving as I talk. I'm going to look at the comments here a second first, if I can scroll down. Very good. Very grateful that you're all here. And also, when we finish each week, If you would like to post your art from that day in the comments of the live feed, would be a nice place to do that. We're figuring it all out as we go. So here's a basic thing. So we're practicing the art of breathing, remember? And we're practicing the art of listening. And Julia Cameron says, this book is great for everyone who has a creative art form that they like to play with or perform in or practice, however you want to say that. Or if you simply want to practice the art of more creative living, this will help. You know, if you just want to uncover that creative part of yourself or unleash them, maybe they've been chained up somewhere, you know, doing all the things they're supposed to do. So there is a life force in everything. That part of us that wants to live, that wants to create. It's a living power within all things that animates us. The artist's way is a spiritual path initiated and practiced through creativity. This book does use the word God, which may be volatile for some of you, conjuring old, unworkable, unpleasant, or simply unbelievable ideas about the God you were raised to understand. Just please be open-minded. Remind yourself that to succeed in this course, no, I don't like to even call it a course, to succeed in this experience, no God concept is even necessary. So don't allow semantics to block you, which it did for me when I was first experiencing this book. But I came back to it over and over and have finished it many times. So what Julia suggests is when the word God is used in these pages, you may substitute the thought good orderly direction, G-O-D, good orderly direction, or flow. What we're talking about is energy, creative energy. And it flows through everything. You can call it goddess, mind, universe, source, higher power, self, higher self. The point is not what you name it. The point is not what you name me either, or you. The point is that you try using it. It's like magic, you know? For many of us, thinking of it as a form of spiritual electricity has been useful. Call it your muse. Call it that voice in your head. We all have one, and it knows the right thing to do if you'll just listen to it. Yeah. Creativity is our true nature. Blocks are an unnatural thwarting of a process at once as normal and as miraculous as the blossoming of a flower at the end of a slender green stem. As are we. So we're going to blossom together as we do this. It's going to be great. Yeah. So I wanted to get to, there's so many things. Spiritual electricity and the basic principle. We undertake certain practices to achieve alignment with creative energy and the universe. And these practices are things like making marks on a blank page with a marker. Just making a commitment to daily show up for your artist self and do the thing. Quite literally, you're seeking to forge a creative alliance, artist to artist, with the great creator that you are. That you are. We're learning to notice synchronicities. As we change, the universe furthers and expands. Leap and the next net will appear. I call them Boo Radley moments. You're going to have a bunch of them. So the basic principles, which are on page 3 in the introduction part of the book, I like to write them in my journal at the beginning of this. So there's much medicine in writing the things you'd like to think, seeing it in your own handwriting, watching it appear on the page. I'm going to just read them here for you as you keep your hand moving. Maybe you'll find something that I say that you want to write some other words on your page today. But maybe you want to write, I'm a shooting star. I don't know. Maybe you just want to make colorful marks and trace that star over and over and over. My thing fell out of my hair. All right, basic principles. Number one. So we're just trying to see, can we get our head around these basic principles? Number one, creativity is the natural order of life. Life is energy, pure creative energy. Number two, there is an underlying, indwelling, creative force infusing all of life, including ourselves. Number three, when we open ourselves to our creativity, we open ourselves to the Creator's creativity within us and our lives. Number four, we are ourselves creations, and we in turn are meant to continue creativity by being creative ourselves. I hope you're washing yourself with some deep breaths while you listen and make colors on the page. Number five, creativity is our nature and a gift to us. Using our creativity is a gift back. I like that. It's a hula hoop, baby. Number six, the refusal to be creative is self-will and is counter to our nature. Just think about how bad you feel when you're not creating and you go, I'm not creating because I feel bad. The refusal to be creative is self-will and counter to our nature. Counter to our nature. Anything we do counter to our nature feels bad. So expression is the antidote for depression. Pick up your creative magic wand and make something. Pot of soup, painting, sing a song, dance. Okay, number 7 of the basic principles. When we open ourselves to exploring our creativity, we open ourselves to God, good, orderly direction in our lives. Number 8, as we open our creative channel, many gentle but powerful changes are to be expected. Believe in the good things coming. Expect them. They're coming at you so fast, you can't even get out the way. Stuff like that. Number 9, it's safe now to open ourselves up to greater and greater creativity. It's safe to expand more. Number 10, our creative dreams and yearnings come from a divine source. And as we move towards our dreams, we move towards our divinity. As we move towards that dream in our heart, we move to what we came here to do. We get to it. The Artist Way helps us get to it, you know? Every blade of grass has its angel that bends over it and whispers, grow, grow. Yeah. So that's the basic principles, and they're on page 3, and you know, you might read them over and over during this 12 weeks. You know, maybe there are a lot of new ways of thinking for you. Here's one of my favorite quotes now. Let's take a deep breath. We got nice wind blowing in here. This is by Brenda Ueland. She says, why should we all use our creative power? Well, because there's nothing that makes people so generous, joyful, lively, bold, and compassionate, and so indifferent to fighting and the accumulation of objects and money. In the moment of creation, you're just joyful, lively, bold, compassionate, all those wonderful things in your zone, you know? Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Just keep your hand moving on your stars. We're going to learn in this Artist Way ways to resolve fear and remove emotional scar tissue and strengthen our self-confidence. Together we're going to do that. I'm going to talk now real quick about the basic tools of the Artist Way. I see my battery getting a little low on my laptop, and where I'm at right here, I have no way to plug it in.
I'll figure it out here in a minute.
Okay, it might not be necessary. We might make it. Whoa. How's everybody doing? Yeah? So treating yourself as a precious object makes it so. Learning to say loving things to ourselves. So the basic tools. The first basic tool is the morning pages. What's the morning pages? Well, it's getting yourself a journal and showing up first thing in the morning to the page, to the blank page, and just 3 pages of brain drain, whatever you write. It's your journal. We don't look back at it during this. We don't share it with anyone. We write it and we close it and we move on to the next thing. Um, I say it's a wonderful place to get to know yourself. I've been practicing morning pages since my son was born, and he'll be 31 next month. I have so many journals piled up. There's songs in there and stories and me addressing myself and my shadows. And you can only lie to yourself in your own handwriting about a situation so many times, and then you're up against the wall. And you realize we don't need no education. It was Pink Floyd last night. So, and it's just you, and there you are with your journal going, now what do I do? Well, what do you make of this situation? And it's always that. What do you make of it? And we learn to go to the heart of the matter, I guess. Always with the intention of loving and empowering the self. So throughout the Artist Way, we give you lots of tools and affirmations to utilize. Yeah. Ooh, a mind too active is no mind at all. So if you got racing thoughts, as I often do, and that train's going in the wrong damn direction, you've lost your mind. You need to sit down and take some deep breaths. Learn to push that breath down into your belly and really fuel yourself with it as you create your art. Yeah, man. As you sing your song, you got to breathe, right? To be that force, to play that guitar, Always remember that the censor's negative opinions of you are not the truth. When fear is speaking, it's wrong. It's wrong. Unless it's right there in your face and that dog's about to bite you. But if you're sitting in your house by yourself, scared to go out, I'm talking to myself right now. If you're sitting in your house, Kimmy, scared to go out, making up things in your head, those are lies you're telling yourself, or lies somebody told you a long time ago, and you're letting them control you. So we just got to silence those fears. Here's a sentence I underlined in pink. Let's see what it says. We are victims of our own internalized perfectionist, a nasty, internal, and eternal critic, the censors, who resides in our left brain and keeps up a constant stream of subversive remarks that are often disguised as the truth. Who the hell do you think you are? I ain't going to start saying a bunch of them. You know what your censor says. So why do we write to the morning pages? To get to the other side of that. Morning pages do that. They get us to the other side of our fear, of our negativity, of our moods. They get us beyond the censor. Man, sometimes you write some raunchy shit because you're going, censor, you ain't going to stop me now. This is what I got to say. Blubbity, 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 bloop. And it's in your own journal. And it's in your own language. And you're talking to yourself. And you can say whatever you want. But we're learning. Beyond the reach of the censor's babble, we find our own quiet center. The place where we hear the still, small voice that is at once our creator's and our own. The master's voice becomes your own when you go to your center on the regular and simply breathe. The pages are a valid form of meditation that gives us insight and helps us affect change in our lives. People think meditation's hard. You're meditating all the time. You're just talking to yourself while you're doing it. So we learn to become single-mindedly aware of that which we are doing. Breathing in, I'm just here now, coloring on the page. Over here, Wendy's going with blue, like so beautiful. All I can see is blue and flow, 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 and the hand is moving. She's comfortable in her seat, breathing in and out. We meditate to discover our own identity, our own right place in this whole scheme of the universe. It's not hard. You just have to simply return to the practice, and that just means return to the breath. Picture the breath going in and out. Count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, in other words, meditation gives us not only the light of insight, but also the power for expansive change. I find it interesting that change is the only thing that's for sure, and we resist it, and we're scared of it, and we get in our own ways. The most potent muse of all is our own inner child. That little kid you that likes all the colors, likes to get sticky with glue, likes to be barefoot. How do you do? Yeah, I'm so glad you're all still here with me. So, can I show your page since I'm not doing one at the moment, Wendy? Or
Yeah,
you're sure?
I wanted to. Yeah.
Yeah?
It's definitely not done.
You know, and we're all works in progress, and it's a really brave thing to share our works in progress. So I appreciate you allowing me to do this right now. So this is Wendy's work in progress she has going. Look at that. I have a hard time always holding it straight. You know? And I'm sure it's totally different than what you're making over there. So even if I was guiding everything and telling you what to put on the page and which words to write, we would all still make a unique expression. We're just inspired by one another, you know? Let's see. The next of the Artist Way tools that she asks us to use weekly is an artist date. What's an artist date? An artist date is a block of time, maybe an hour, set aside especially and committed to nurturing your creative consciousness, your inner artist. In its most primary form, the artist date is an excursion, a play date that you pre-plan and defend against all interlopers. And you don't take anyone with you. You go all by yourself with your artist kid self in your bare feet, if that's what your artist kid self likes. Your artist kid self don't smoke cigarettes either, so put those down. Or drink alcohol. Put that down when you go on your artist date. This is a recovery group, so I like to think of it that way. You know, it's the things we do in the artist way are replacements for what we were using as our tool, as our addiction, as our thing, the phone, whatever. Don't take that thing on your artist date. That's like taking all your friends with you. It's overwhelming. So go by yourself, go in your bare feet, and go fly a kite. Go take a bubble bath. Find a hot springs. Go to the ocean. Go play in the snow. Make a painting. Make those cupcakes you've been wanting to make. I'd love to hear your ideas as we go along, because I am here to tell you, as a human being who has a family and children and responsibilities and stuff like that my whole life, I have had a really hard time getting my fine self to take an artist date all by myself, because that seems selfish and somebody surely needs me more. Well, I'm going to try harder this time to take those artist dates. And it not just be a walk, because I do take walks by myself, but that's another tool she asks us to use besides the artist date. So your artist date, really, like, put stickers on your computer. You know, go to the dollar store and get yourself something, bubbles and a hula hoop. I did that once on the artist way as my artist date. I went around the campground blowing bubbles while I hula hooped just to see if I could do it, and I could. So that's the other thing. We're going to discover that we can do things we didn't know we could do before, and it doesn't matter how old we are, you know? So here's a quote I just came upon. I don't even know what this is going to say. It says, "The creation of something new is not accomplished by the intellect, but by the play instinct, acting from inner necessity. The creative mind plays with the objects it loves." You know, some of my artist friends do this amazing thing with found objects. Go for a walk, find treasures, arrange them in a beautiful way, and take their photo. Fabulous, fabulous art, Benjamin. Every child is an artist. The problem is how to remain an artist when we grow up. Here's what I've chosen to do, not grow up. So, yeah. So keep breathing. I've got a couple more things to read to you here. Oh, Georgia O'Keeffe quote. If you know me, you know. Georgia sits in the white room in my head and inspires me with her whole life story. If you don't know who Georgia O'Keeffe is, she was an artist when, oh yeah, when women weren't supposed to. So often women aren't supposed to. And she did it anyway. And she made big paintings of flowers. And here's what Georgia O'Keeffe says. Nobody sees a flower, really. It's so small, and it takes time. We haven't time. And to see takes time. Like to have a friend takes time. Yeah, I love me some Georgia. She also said about her home, it's so far away, and no one ever comes. She loved that about it. She would make herself a pot of soup and put herself to bed when the dark emotions hit her. And she, like me, then eventually would get out of that bed and paint her way out of the darkness. I have learned to paint my way out of the darkness daily. So, in addition to my 3 pages of brain drain written in my own hand in the morning, after I close that journal, I pick up my marker meditation journal and I just breathe, let all the feelings flow through me, and let all the colors flow through me. And by that I mean it is a conscious effort to use all the colors of the rainbow in that morning marker meditation, to address all chakras and energies and colors first thing in the morning and align myself for the day. Brenda Uland says, so you see, imagination needs moodling, long, inefficient, happy idling, dawdling, and puttering. So maybe on a Sunday you could allow yourself to dawdle through the day and don't give a damn about time and act like only love matters and treat yourself as a precious object and make it so for the rest of the day. I feel just deep breathing is treating myself as a precious object and making that a conscious thing. So on the next page of The Artist's Way here, as I'm holding the book, I just want to scroll down and yes, Betsy, that is right. We are so conditioned, and that's what we're going to address is a lot of that conditioning in the 12 weeks of this book. Yeah. So the next page, page 23 of The Artist's Way, is an artist contract. And you can see I've used it many times and rewrote my name. And if you would like to make the commitment to do the 12 weeks and show up for your fine self and your creative process, you can fill that out in your book and sign it. Yeah, maybe I'll read it real quick. I, Kim Keffer, that's my name, understand that I am undertaking an intensive guided encounter with my own creativity. I commit myself to the 12-week duration of this course. I commit to weekly reading, daily morning pages, and a weekly artist date. We didn't get to the fulfillment of each week's tasks. I'll get to that in a minute. I further understand that this course will raise issues and emotions for me to deal with. I commit myself to excellent self-care, adequate sleep, diet, exercise, and pampering for the duration of this course. This, to me, is a beautiful commitment to make to yourself, you know? And it did mention tasks, and you might have went, oh gosh, is there something else I'm going to have to do? I'm going to write the morning pages. I got to do the artist date. You've got to read the chapter for the week. When we show up, we'll be discussing the next chapter and going through all 12. At the end of each chapter, let me get to the end of a chapter here. I've got papers blowing away. I'll be right back. Keep breathing. Okay. At the end of each chapter, there are tasks. Chapter 1 gives you 10 different tasks. You don't have to do all 10 of them. You might want to read over all 10 of them. You could then choose the one that sounds easiest to you and do that one first. Or you could be really like all in and go, oh my gosh, that one sounds so heart-wrenchingly difficult. I'm going to do it. I have another quote for you from Henry David Thoreau. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you've imagined. As you simplify your life, the laws of the universe will be simpler. So you don't ever have to do all 10 of the tasks or however many there are. Sometimes I just simply wrote them in the book, but you can write those in your journal because they're usually something to write about, think about, or take on a walk. So also with this round of the Artist Way, I will be 11 o'clock on Sundays for less than an hour. As far as keeping that hula hoop going, if you appreciate what we're doing here and it's working for you, donations are appreciated, and I put the payment options in the comments or somewhere there. But suggested donation, $11 a week. Just send me $11 each week that you show up. If you miss one, don't send me $11, however you want to do that. Or if you want to pay for all 12 weeks at once, you'll save about 20 bucks by just paying $111. And we had one Creative Companions member already make that commitment to himself and his expansion as a human being, and a donation to help me keep doing what I'm doing, keep me in markers and, gas in my RV and all the things. So, yeah, there's links to PayPal and Cash App. Other forms of payment might be being set up. Can you watch this after the live feed? Yes. I would say on Facebook you can find it after the actual real-time live feed. And then also I will be uploading these to a playlist on my YouTube page. All my social media is Art by Kim Keffer. Website is artbykimkeffer.com. I love you all so much, and I really do appreciate you showing up here for me. That which I do, which heals me, heals you, and this is how I do. And I'm happy to share my creative process with you. And next week we'll be talking about recovering a sense of safety. I will be posting let's just bring a piece of cardboard, any size, a blank piece of cardboard, and acrylic paints, and whatever brushes you have, paper towels, paint water, and I'd say that's it. 5x7, 8x10 size cardboard is nice. I prefer for these workshops for you to just be able to hold your cardboard to paint on, not have an easel or anything. We're also learning to start where we are. Our censor, our perfectionist, thinks that in order to start that project, you need all the perfect tools. No, you don't. You need what you got right here, right now. You can take a baby step in the direction. What you need to add, Wendy? What you got?
I'm putting the quote.
Treating myself as a precious object makes it so.
How do you spell precious?
Precious is Precious. My precious. Yes. And when you're done writing it, could I show how your page has grown? And that's the thing too, we're all just works in progress, showing up here. I'm just one of you who stepped in front of the camera, and I really look forward to doing all 12 weeks with you all. I see an 11 on the clock, 44 minutes and 11 seconds we've been here. You're welcome, everybody. We have a thank you from Rachel. Go have the best day ever. May this meeting on Sundays polish your mirror, pump you up, light you up, and get you ready to go into your week, So for next week, let's read chapter 1. Read chapter 1. Daily, write in your journal. 3 pages of Brain Drain, take an artist date, do some of those tasks at the end if you get a chance, and meet me back here at 11 o'clock next Sunday. Peace out. Oh, wait, I wanted to show you Wendy's. Let's show you this. And if you would, if you made art with us today, when I treat myself as a precious object, it makes it so. We are one with nature in this beautiful expression here. Much movement and growth. Yeah, works in progress. When you finish your piece each week, sign it and date it. Mark it in time. Honor your artist self by putting your signature on there, your own unique mark. Maybe you want to get a separate journal to keep your art in. Now, some of those will be on cardboard, but we just make it up as we go along. I'll see you next week. Share your art in the comments if you made one, and we'll try to do the same from over here. I love you so much. Love yourself. Treat yourself as a precious object. My battery is dying. That's good, though. I can't get to the... I'm going to run it over there and plug it in. I can't see my cursor to end it. All right, I'm walking with you guys. That's the other thing. Walking can be a meditation. Just focus on the breath. Let's see. Where's my cursor? Why can't I see my cursor? Maybe I'm going to have to... Oh, shoot. My cord's over there. I can't see my cursor to end the live video. Well, see if you see it, because the screen went dim because my battery's dying. So maybe I need to plug it in. Here's the plug. I can run it over there.
Oh, there it is. I see it's right where you want to end
In
the
a live video. Bye, y'all.
Bye. And